Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today I want to talk about the difference between a general power of appointment and a limited power of appointment. Before we get to that though, as always, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay. General versus limited power of appointment. The reason we are talking about this today is because I was going through a plan with a client today and this came up. And although I sort of stumbled my way through the answer, gave the correct answer, I got it right, thankfully, it wasn't as clean or as crisp as I wanted it to be. So I'm coming on here today to teach you about it so that I remember it in the future. All right. So power of appointment is basically something that is given inside of a will, sometimes inside of a trust, and it allows a beneficiary to sort of direct the assets in the future after they die. So for example, in a trust, okay, let's say I am the beneficiary of a trust. There's $1 million in this trust, and the trust allows me to use those assets while I'm alive, and then it gives me a power of appointment to direct where those assets are supposed to go when I die. Okay, if I do not use that power of appointment, then the trust will tell the world what to do with the assets. But whoever created this trust, because they like me and they trust me, I guess, no pun intended, they gave me the ability to direct those assets to go someplace specific if I would choose to do so, okay? Now, the important difference between a general power of appointment and a limited power of appointment is with a general power of appointment, if I exercise that power of appointment, then those assets are going to be included in my estate. So, to continue with this example, let's say in my estate, I have $2 million of net worth, okay? I'm worth $2 million. And that would keep me under the Washington state estate tax threshold. However, let's say with this $1 million trust power of appointment that I have, that I exercise the general power of appointment and I direct those assets to go to my best friend, Fred, okay? When I exercise that general power of appointment, when I die, that $1 million going from the trust to Fred is going to be included in my estate. That means I'm going to go from a net worth of $2 million to a net worth of $3 million, and I'm going to owe some Washington state estate taxes, okay? That is if there is a general power of appointment. The general power of appointment allows you to give those assets to basically anybody, including yourself, okay? So you could give them to your estate, you can give them to your creditors, you can give them to basically anybody that you want. That's why it is called a general power of appointment, because there are basically no limitations on your appointment power. A limited power of appointment, as the name implies, limits your ability to exercise your power of appointment to only a few places. And in fact, what it does is it excludes a few places that you cannot exercise that power of appointment to. Those are specifically your estate and your creditors, okay? By creating a limited power of appointment, you are not able, or the IRS, I guess, is unable to include those assets in your estate, all right? So why would you want to use this power of appointment? For to give you one quick example, the one that I read today that was good, I'm just going to steal it, is let's say you create a trust for your two kids and you die and you have $2 million in this trust, $1 million for each kid. One of your kids is like Steve Jobs and he creates Apple. So he's like super duper rich. He does not need these assets at all. Steve Jobs your son would be able to exercise the power of appointment in that trust and send those assets to charity, to his sibling, to basically anywhere that he wanted, without having to have them come into his estate first and then gift them out. with a limited power of appointment. So that's one reason why you might want to exercise something like that. There's a million other reasons why. That's just one example. All right. So that is the difference between a general power of appointment and a limited power of appointment. To summarize, with a general power of appointment, you, as the beneficiary, have the ability to give gift assets when you die to anybody that you want. Because you can gift those assets to anyone that you want, those assets that you give are included in your estate. With a limited power of attorney, limited power of appointment, you can give those assets to almost anyone that you want. You cannot give them to your estate. You cannot give them to your creditors. If you exercise a limited power of appointment, those assets are not included in your estate. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. If you like this video, let me know. Hit the like button. If you have a question or comment, leave it. If there's someplace where you can review or subscribe and you don't want to miss any future episodes, please do so. If you have additional questions about estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. I almost gave you the wrong URL there. cmslawfirm.com. All right, that is it. As usual, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning. We do probate. We do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.